Shout out to everybody that listens consistently. Shout out to everybody that's a part of Team Josh and Team Steve, Max and Frank. You gotta get the.
I don't think we need official teams. Like we're y'all boys.
Team YBT.
Army of two, right here.
Yeah.
Team boys.
Yeah, team boys.
No, won't stop the way that I keep to deliver. SJ, I'ma make these haters reconsider. PPC, I kick back, stay high up for life. Oh yeah, and I won't stop, I can't stop even if I try. I won't stop, I can't stop even if I try. I won't stop, I can't stop even if I try. Even if I try, I won't stop, I can't stop anytime soon. And I'ma keep going until I start singing.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Y'all Boys Talkin, a podcast about nonsensical improvement, where each week we not only talk about ourselves, but how we can help you better yourself by hearing us better ourselves. Like what? I'm Joshua Jean-Baptiste.
Frank Hernandez.
And I'm Maximo Santana.
And our fourth co-host, Steve Della Valentina, is out this week, but we'll catch up with him later. But either way, the four of us have developed a concept called STTT, straight to the top. Now, if I was put in the chamber to Mars and I landed and I woke up and I didn't know what STTT was, what would you tell me, Max?
I'd say STTT, going straight to the top, is all about being the wonderful magpie that swoops down on the ocean to a school of fish, opens up, dives deep in the ocean, and comes back up with 3 or 4 little fishes in its mouth. The fishes of success.
Yo, there's gonna be so many Googles like, what's a magpie?
No,
How many fish can
Nigga, I thought you was talking about like a pie, like the shit.
Yeah, I was thinking like actual
bird.
pie.
Isn't magpie a thing they used to make in the Renaissance days? Like a little bit of magpie.
It's like a meat pie, right?
I think magpies are born from their parents, but that's just me. Maybe.
Well,
it is
thank
a
you.
dish.
So are the fishes the goals?
Yeah, the fishes
Oh,
are the
so you
goals.
put all the fish. You all put your goals in your mouth.
Yeah, as you should. And you get some water in there too. There's some residuals, but
Hydration is important.
hydration's key. Yeah, that's only more good for you if you ask me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. Wait, hold on. Oh my God! What is that in the distance?
Oh my
Oh my God!
My God!
It is Steve Della Valentina.
Oh,
He's here!
I thought he
Oh
was
my
dead.
God! Yo! Oh my! Yo! What's up, Steve?
Yo.
Oh my gosh! Welcome back, bro. We didn't expect you to just barge right in like
The
that.
hell we're running right there.
Thanks, guys. I mean, there was just kind of this point in time when I realized that I live with Max and figured it would be a good time to just drop in and see how everyone was doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, thanks for joining the podcast that you're a part of.
Great time to start.
No,
Well, Steve has been out for a bit, but glad to have you back, brother. Where you been, dog?
Yeah, what's up?
I've been in the sunny coasts of Nicaragua, one of the tippy top, but tippy bottom of Central America.
Yo,
And-
are there any Alps in Nicaragua?
Volcanic Alps.
I said
Okay.
hot
Oh,
Alps.
the hot Alps.
That's what that is.
Hot
Right.
Alps.
That's what I was
Okay.
talking about.
There,
Hot Alps.
there are many. There's a ton of volcanoes there. I don't know if they're considered Alps because, again, as I said, like maybe 3 months ago, I think those are French.
Yeah. I mean, the French
fuck is an
Alps,
Alp?
obviously.
Yeah.
Whatever. We don't have to get into that. Yo,
Yeah.
did you have a good time, man?
I had a wonderful, amazing, delicious time.
Okay.
Yeah, there was just an abundance of natural sights and beauties, a lot of heat and humidity, some kind of scary bugs, lots of flying insects, but overall
Oh my God, it sounds scary.
Yeah, I'm flying into it.
Did you fight any? Did you level up?
I did actually. My very
Oh,
first
shit.
night, I saw what seemed like a dead spider in my room, but it was just moving. It was just not moving, and I poked it with a broom, and it kind of just walked away annoyed, and then I decided to kill it because that's where I was gonna sleep.
How did you
And-
know it was annoyed? Did it say something to you?
No, it just you could tell by its
get off me.
its walk.
It had
Its
a tone.
demeanor.
It had a very rude tone.
Yeah, I was just like, ugh. It seemed bothered.
Yeah.
It's just taking a nap, and you're like,
Yeah, no, I think it was, and so I had to kill
oh,
it.
that's
Sorry
so
about
fucking
that.
gross.
Yo, can you? I'll have you know. By the way, I was talking to someone and they said they confirmed. They said they are Team Steve.
Well, thank you. Confirmed, Team Steve member number 1. I'll appoint you.
She
as
said
the
they've
leader.
been following you and Celeste for very closely, and they're very excited about just you.
Yeah. I mean, that was my main reason for going. Getting to know the country she's from, meeting her friends, her family, and yeah, they are truly all wonderful people that shaped an even more wonderful person. And
Aww.
I felt very fortunate to have been able to spend so much time with them, and yeah, just get to do a lot of things. I mean, I think in summary, I went sandboarding on a volcano.
What?
Oh, shit.
Hold on. What?
Yo, Steve is radical, guys.
Yeah.
Is it tan up there?
Yeah, that was on 50.
Like 10 million degrees.
No, it wasn't that hot.
Okay.
But there was a point where you could walk for maybe a few minutes, like more active area, and then you just kick around the sand, and it's just really, really hot. Like it's steaming from there. So that's like legit volcano area.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
Well,
we
you know what they say about volcanoes. Volcanoes are erupting with lava, and lava is hot, and heat rises, and when you rise, you end up to the top, which brings us to our first segment, STTT of the week. Cue sound.
STTT of the week.
That was good.
I like
You know
it.
what I'm
I like
saying?
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I be out here.
Scientific transition.
Scientific.
So STTT of this week goes to a actual friend of the pod, or well, I say fan of the pod, Miss Anne Henningfeld. She's probably freaking out while listening to this, but a little bit about Anne. She is the founder, creator, alongside her husband, of Beyond Recreation. Now, I've been fortunate enough to be able to work with Anne, or I'm going to work with Anne. And in essence, she tours around summer camps around the country, educating camp counselors on empathy training. And, making sure that these counselors are equipped to deal with kids in a variety of different situations. She has revolutionized this awesome way of training and has created something called the A.C.T, the Audience Choice Training. And I'll be fortunate enough to be a part of that, where in essence I act as a child in various circumstances that she trains the counselors with, and they get a chance to interact with me. And I'll tell you right now, it's pretty crazy. I've been acting for a very long time, but this is like immersive educational training, and you get a lot out of it. And she's really big on teaching empathy and has a staunch philosophy of every child deserves love all the time. It's awesome. I've seen her in action. I'm going to see her in action as well this week. And I really think that teaching empathy is something that will affect me in various avenues aside from children aside. Beyond Recreation, check it out. If you know a camp or someone that would need that, hit her up. She's a licensed recreational therapist and has all the credentials to freaking prove it, and passion. Shout out to you, Anne. You are awesome, and thank you for being a support of the pod.
Yo, Josh, like, what's the age range of like the kids that like you're playing as?
Yo, so I play as like a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 13-year-old, and it's just like it can go from really easy, like this guy's shy, to like this kid just got into a fight, and it's like, yo.
So tell me more about how you get ready for these roles. Do you like listen to Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco?
Well, those are for like older 20-somethings now.
Oh, yeah,
like
I'm
they
sorry.
have to
Do
be
you
listening to like
listen
Lil
to-
Xan.
I
Yeah,
listen to
Lil
Lil
Explosion
Xan.
X.
I listen
Lil
to
Yachty.
like
Yeah.
a lot of Baby Shark goes on.
Oh man.
I have to,
Wiggles. Yeah.
a lot of Twitch streaming, and I've been playing
Oh, yeah.
Fortnite endlessly. So
Oh yeah.
anyway, shout out to Anne for teaching relatively kids how to be parents to other kids. Your work is well appreciated, and much love to you. STT, flowers go to you. On that note, we're going to take a break because guess what? There's sponsors that want to talk to you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Are your texts getting misread? Need to tell someone something right now? Spell check getting on your ducking nerves? Try phone calls. Grab phone, dial, ring it, and smile. Contact your friends in a jiffy. Listen to the tone of their voice, the emotion in their voice. Glad, mad, happy, and rad. All sounds are included. Using age-old technology, your phone beams your voice wirelessly right to your friends, family, and even your dog. You can get phone calls using any cellular device, even the one you're using right now. Try phone calls, the best new old way to connect.
And we're back. Now is the time for the meat and potatoes of the show. Our challenge checkup. Cue sound. Challenge checkup! Oh, so long ago, Max came up with this brilliant idea and was like, yo, I think we should challenge each other to New Year's resolutions. So we did that. And each of us gave each other challenges. And we're going to see us rise and fall and experience a journey on getting our goals to the top. However,
to raise the stakes a little bit, our 10-year high school reunion is coming up on June 29th, and we have to complete all 12 challenges, 3 each, by that time. If we fail, we have to give a dissertation to our fellow alumni about how we failed ourselves and each other. But if we complete all of our challenges, we will be showing up to this reunion in a Tesla blasting
Big Facts
by Anik Khan.
amongst other songs that
songs
promote
to flex to.
Flexing
inspiring music. Yes.
All the songs which you can listen to on the YBT Presents Songs to Flex To playlist, which you can see in the description of all of our episodes. So go check that out on Spotify. Right now.
Yo, the clock is ticking. Our goals are woo.
Coming down to the wire.
3 weeks to
Yep.
achieve our goals. So,
Yep.
first up
Oh, man.
to the gauntlet. Welcome back, Steve. How are your challenges?
For the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, you got 3 weeks.
Oh man, for the past 3 weeks.
yeah, just a nice little, just jam them all together.
Jam them all up.
All right, let's just get straight into it because that's a lot of weeks and a lot of challenges. My first challenge was from Max, which was to not wait. Frank challenged me to make music, and Josh challenged me to journal every day. With journaling, I did surprisingly well.
Ooh.
Considering I was on vacation. I did take some days where it was just extensive amounts of activity and just just doing a whole lot where I was just like, you know what, I get home late or exhausted and I just didn't have quite the energy to journal. But I would write I did a lot today. I would just say, hey, I did this, I did that, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Nice.
Because I'm tired. However, and I'll get more to it in my rosebud thorn, in that I lost my journal. And so this past week, I've been using an extra piece of paper that I've just kind of had lying around.
Okay.
Just to keep the momentum going. And
Problem solving. Okay.
Yeah.
Gets the job
Yeah,
done.
looking at adversity
And
being
then
like, fuck that shit.
archaeologists in the future will find like the lost Steve journals.
The lost pages.
Yeah, of my first half of this year. So hopefully that comes around. But until then, I have this scrappy piece of paper helping me get by. So my second challenge was making music, and I actually
Wait. So you've kept it consistent
Yeah,
every day.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, again, I've been giving myself some leverage with those. I don't have time, or the one last week was I lost my journal today.
Bam.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a journal.
yeah, exactly. It's an entry.
Okay. Cool. All right. And your second challenge?
Yeah, the second one was making music, and I actually made pretty good amount of music on my way to Nicaragua. in the airports. I found this fun little app that lets you use voice samples. So I was just making noises with my sound, kind of like the thing I was talking about a few weeks ago with Timbaland Masterclass. And yeah, and it was actually pretty fun. I got to get some precise sounds that I wanted, and I made a fun little beat. And like it's actually pretty complete. Honestly, I think it runs for about 2 minutes or so. And it just has like a little build up and this and that. So yeah, because I was originally just using that as like a kind of a placeholder thing because I didn't want to use my laptop or whatever. But yeah, I was pretty happy with what I had, and that was a few weeks ago. I didn't make too much other music while I was there, but then on coming back, I finally got situated and downloaded Ableton. Turns out I've been switching software since the challenges have begun, but
Yeah.
it turns out that every little bit and piece that I enjoyed of like certain softwares is all on Ableton. It's very beautiful of a program. It's easy to use. It's intuitive and just little more fine-tuning things, and I've enjoyed it a lot. So I was actually thinking of giving myself a micro challenge for this week, and which would be to finish another song. That way I could, start working on more songs and just the fuller package of this little EP for the end of the month.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be 5. You got 3 weeks, Steve. They don't have to be long songs. I'm telling you. That's
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
just I believe in you. We're right there. We're right there at the end. So you got this, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and so my last challenge is to not wait, and yeah, I guess that one was kind of on standby, I guess. Well, I mean,
You waited on not waiting.
in some ways, I suppose, but I mean, while I was on vacation and I was also working remotely, there were many times where there wasn't really much for me to wait on. It was just the days were full of activities and just going around places. If there were maybe times where me and Celeste just needed time to talk amongst ourselves to like figure out, I don't know, miscommunication or something, and we did it typically within the day, and so not let it affect the rest of our time there together. So
CCC.
Yeah,
Clear, concise
Yeah,
communication.
yeah, exactly. And a big part of that is not waiting.
Wonderful.
So I'd say I did that pretty sufficiently while being there, to the extent that I could, because again, there wasn't any like major decisions to be made. And same thing with returning back. I mean, my coworkers were really excited to have me back, and as was I. And yeah, I just got straight back into work.
Okay.
Damn.
Well, it sounds like you didn't wait to make music,
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to look at it.
and you didn't
because-
wait to
yeah,
get
no,
a new
I-
journal to journal.
Yeah, I really was thinking about making music as soon as I got back, and that was one of the first things I did once I had unpacked a certain amount of things, and just I was like, all right, I need to get Ableton up and going, and I'm gonna start at least working on another track.
Damn, son. It's
Wow.
fantastic.
Okay.
Doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Doing
All right.
it.
Is it okay if we get some elephant sounds for Steve?
Let's run
Is
the
that
elephants.
cool?
I'm all
Or?
for the elephant sounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get some elephant sounds in there.
I like that we
Alright, cool.
transitioned
That's
from
what's up.
explosions to elephant sounds.
Yeah, we're alternating our sound effects.
Yeah, we're post explosion.
That sounds like the name of Post Malone's like alter ego, Post Explosion.
Yeah, the alt rock version.
All right. Great work, Steve. Kudos to you on your
Thank you.
progress.
Thank you.
We're down to the wire, y'all.
Ooh-wee.
All right, Frank.
Yeah.
What you got for us, dog?
All right, 3 challenges. My first one is to maintain a consistent meditation regimen. That was given to me by Josh. My second one is to try the No S diet for 4 weeks, which was given to me by Steve. The No S diet is no snacks, no sweets, no seconds. And the final one was to speak up more at work concerning social issues, which was given to me by Maximo Santana. All right, y'all boys.
I heard about that guy.
Meditation. 35 days in a row. I've sat my ass down 10 minutes a day. Some days were not. Some days were tougher. This week was one of the tougher weeks, particularly Wednesday, which I'll get into in my No S diet, where I didn't do it in the morning. No, my bad. It was Monday. It was Monday because I actually stayed up last Sunday night to finish When They See Us. And I'm like, no, I need to finish this show right the hell now because like it was so fantastic. But that fucked up my morning, which fucked up my whole routine on that, and my Keystone habit literally fell apart. And like a number of weeks ago, Steve had one of his Keystone habits fall apart, which in turn kind of fucked up the rest of the day, and that also kind of fucked up the rest of my day. But I did still end up meditating that night. But it did kind of mess up my no-S diet, where Steve, so you haven't been with us for a couple weeks. I'm up to 3 whole weeks of 7 out of 7. So I only need one more week to complete this challenge.
Wow.
And did I complete that challenge this week? No. Did not complete that challenge. I got 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7 maxes because that Monday where everything kind of got fucked up, work all of a sudden was just like jumped in my face. I'm like, work. So in my bit of stress, the office, again, filled with wonderful, amazing snacks. At the old building, we had a bunch of like healthy snacks and everything, but now we have like a bunch of Snickers and Doritos and shit like that. So I helped myself out to like a couple of Snickers mini bars out there, and that kind of fucked up the momentum there for a hot second.
That's how they get you, Frank.
That's how they get you. I also ordered Panda Express.
Oh
No.
Frank, let me ask you this: was Panda Express and those mini Snickers, were they worth it?
Hell no.
Yeah.
First off, I felt like shit the next day because I've been eating so well, and also I basically just had vegetables and like and chicken from Panda Express. I didn't have anything like super heavy or whatever. But the thing is, guys, have you looked at how much sodium is in anything at Panda Express? It's like all of it.
MSG is salt.
It's all of it.
Noodles in general.
Believe it or
full
not.
of salts. Meats also full of salts.
If I may
Sodium,
chime
yeah.
in, believe it or not, MSG has less sodium than salt.
But it also has salt.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
salt is half sodium, and part of MSG is salt. So,
Yeah, and even
it doesn't have as
like
much,
the vegetables are
but-
covered in soy sauce, which is all
Yeah.
salt as well. So
And then you dump more soy sauce. Oh god. Yeah.
So my water retention
Yeah.
was shit the next day. So like my weight seemed to fluctuate, but it really was just water weight that was holding in because I had so much goddamn sodium in my body because I decided to go with Panda Express. So yeah, no. After that day, I've ate clean the rest of the week, and I feel a lot better. And now I know I'm not gonna do that up. I only need one more week to fucking finish this challenge. And lastly, for speak up more at work concerning social issues. No niggas would this week. So I did want to talk a little bit more about When They See Us, because again I finished it. I stayed up super late I stayed up super late that night because there's a Latino family, a Puerto Rican family specifically, in New York in the 3rd episode, the Santana family. Funny enough, the family of Raymond Santana, who's one of the Central Park 5, and like just seeing their interaction. And like how how life changed when he was gone, when he was incarcerated, and how he was trying to adjust with his life, and just phenomenal. Like Ava DuVernay came out and fucking killed it. Like racism doesn't just come from white people, like this. Everybody can look at people a certain way, and
it's a system.
Man. This is a country that was built off racism. So to think that we're gonna get rid of it in one fell swoop is ridiculous to think of, but we can always make progress every day, and films and entertainment and things like this that really kind of bring to light the true injustices. Specifically in the last episode, which focuses on Corey Wise, who's played wonderfully by Jarrell Jerome. It really kind of brings you in. The same actor plays him young when he plays old, and like he really kind of shows you like the emotional like waves that he goes through, being incarcerated, being in solitary, being taken out, having his sister die. It's fucking fantastic. Go on Netflix, watch that shit today.
Well, Frank, what are you gonna do next week regarding your no-S?
I'm not gonna buy Panda Express. I'm gonna watch my fucking sodium, and if I get stressed, I will try to eat a banana instead of delicious maple fucking Snickers. It wasn't even that good. I mean, it didn't even taste that good. Like
that's just the marketing that got you, bro.
It felt like it tasted like failure. Like I had like 2 bites of it. I was just like, oh man.
Might I also recommend when you're watching like a dense, heavy series like When They See Us, try to space it out, man. Like, I know me personally, I could not watch more than one episode per evening. Like, any more than that, and I was in my feelings.
Ugh.
And I knew I had to be up and at 'em the next morning. So I just had to make a decision. Even though I wanted to see this well-made, well-acted, amazing series, I knew I wouldn't be okay the next morning.
Yep.
So I just had one, went to work, did my things, did everything I needed to take care of, came back, saw another one, and then wash, rinse, repeat. So
God.
think of that too, you know?
Moderate your
I gotta get
shows
on that.
as you would moderate your snacks.
Boom.
Bam. It's really all in the same is what we're learning too.
True.
Okay. All right. Maximo Blasimo Sam Bamana. That's his nickname, by the way, audience.
13
Nice.
weeks. No more 13
Maximo
weeks.
Blam
Just like, it's like you were saying his name, then you fell and like dropped his name all over the place.
Which thank you, Frank. What you got for us, Max?
All right. I got 3 challenges. The first one was from Frank to write the first 60 pages of my great American novel. The next one was from Steve to get 3 people on the Best Lives Model, a nonprofit organization I'm trying to get off the ground. And Josh challenged me to see a therapist. This week, not that great. Let me just. That's
Someone must
that's the
have had lonely
byline.
man.
Not that great.
Okay.
There were some bright spots. Sure. You know, and I would like
Okay,
to
don't
talk
paint
about
an
those
abstract
first.
picture.
This isn't. Yeah, this is my Warhol of my week. No, let's talk about Best Lives first. So I'm trying to start this organization. I need to get a lot of people's feedback to begin to make it something useful that people actually want to use. And in that regard, I did do a lot of that. So I had one meeting with a friend of the pod this on Tuesday, and it just went very well. We had a meeting last week as well, and we just kind of continued it from there. Got a lot of great feedback, not just about the design of the activities I would like people to go to, but also more of how to scale that so that like 1,000 people could one day do this, you know, every day. So super valuable feedback. Exactly why I wanted to incorporate like this challenge into what we're doing here. And I think in that regard, successful. Unsuccessful in getting more people
God damn it.
onto it. So I know I just need to get one more person on here to get 3 people. I've had 2 people
You are on
walk
the
through it
cusp
already.
of success, bro.
I am on the cusp. But I had to get real with myself and ask myself, why am I not like pushing for this third person? It doesn't seem like it's anything different than what I've already done. So I think I'm just looking for more quality of feedback than I am quantity of feedback. And I feel
But the
like
challenge
I'm
is getting 3
engaging in this meeting. Yes, you're right. But that too. So I also don't feel, when it comes to the challenge aspect of it, don't feel a lot of pressure. I feel like I can get this in and still make it by the time of our reunion. So I'm not like feeling, again, a time crunch there. Still feel very confident. I just want to make sure I'm getting all the feedback I can from who I'm meeting with right now. And then I feel like I can move on. And I still have enough time to do that before the reunion as well. So that's where I'm at. I'd give myself 2 out of 7 maxes if I had to.
What
Next
are you gonna do
challenge.
next week?
Next week, I already have a meeting. I have a meeting later today, actually, with the same person to get some sweet feedback. So, but
You're really into tasting like success, man.
Oh yeah, success is delicious. We learned that last week.
yeah.
So I'm actually nearing the end of the materials I've already made, looking with the second person I'm working with. So it probably is gonna get to a natural place pretty soon where I'm gonna need to invite that third person. But I really am waiting for it to get to that place too. I'm not trying to rush this feedback process or rush to get more people in when I'm not really incorporating a lot of things that people are already telling me.
Constant calibration.
Yeah. Second one. First 60 pages of my Great American Novel.
Mm-hmm.
Current page count, 30.
Oh,
Okay.
Halfway there.
oh, we're halfway there.
We're 3 weeks
That's
to
2
go.
that's 2 more pages than last week.
Riding on a
Yeah.
novel.
Yeah, so I got a good amount done.
Take my pen. We'll write it, I swear. Wow. Riding on a novel.
Thanks for
Can we
the-
keep that?
Yeah, definitely. That's the custom soundtrack.
Thank you.
I'm gonna write to
Yeah.
that all next week.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I need to do. I want to get that on loop for a few hours. I think I got it. So for that, I pretty much continued where I picked up last week. So I started writing one of the more feminine characters in the novel, who I'm having a lot of fun exploring this person's options and their like interests and what keeps them going. And that's something I want to talk to a lot of people about too, because I want to write a strong female character that is very lifelike, very realistic, and I understand that that is not my lived experience. So I need to talk about with people who have that lived experience and see if they can pick up what I'm putting down, or if I'm talking in a way that's making sense to them, or if I'm even just, you know, writing things that a person would reasonably do. The good news is that, you know, this is a young lady that works in tech, and I know a lot of young ladies that work in tech, so I definitely am looking to reach out to someone in there to see if I'm like, does this sound accurate to you? What do you think about this character? So we'll see where that goes. And I'm planning on writing 10 pages each week for the next 3 weeks.
Oh,
That is my goal.
Oh,
So
yeah.
hopefully next week,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
tell you that I'm at somewhere in the 40s is my plan for next week.
micro challenge.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for my last challenge to see a therapist, did not get a lot done in that regard.
Well, you've already completed the challenge. Let's
Right.
preface that.
Yeah. So that challenge that's already been completed, check. Did not go further. I did not overkill right there this week. But I do plan on having regular meetings with a therapist in the future. Just didn't get around to that this week. So we'll see if an opportunity presents itself next week, aka is anyone gonna return my phone calls? Really?
Oh, okay. I'm about to say like, oh, you're just dropping the phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go outside and be like, a therapist?
Hello,
Can anyone?
therapists.
Yeah. Is anyone on this plane a therapist?
They got a designer on.
I am.
Yeah. So no. I'm gonna do a little bit more than that. But yeah, I still have a few other things that are a little bit higher on the priorities list since I've already crossed that one off the list. So that was my
Okay. Wow. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Well,
Yep,
Okay. All right.
done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Finished.
Yeah. Affirmative.
Josh.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks.
What about
And
what about Josh?
We'll check in with you guys next week.
Okay.
Slow your roll.
Whoa.
Oh.
Slow your roll.
Cinnamon
hey,
roll.
Josh, how was your week?
Oh, right. My challenge.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay, so my challenges are to keep a consistent workout schedule given to me by Frank Hernandez, to keep a budget given to me by Steve, and to make some music given to me by Maximo Santana. Fellas, I'm here to tell you that this was a great week.
Ooh.
Hey.
I like
It was
that.
I had a good week.
Okay.
How good was
my
it?
challenges weren't really a part of that good week, but I
God,
had a good
God damn it! Look at this.
Okay.
This fucking
Alright.
twist and turn ass.
Thanks for
Fucking
that.
trifling ass. Lying
no.
ass, pie
Let me
ass looking
stop.
motherfucker. All right.
Not that bad. All right.
Okay.
Well,
Tell us
sort of.
more.
First, my challenge of working out. Frank Hernandez has been on me every week. He asks me at the top of the week, what days are you going to the gym? And proceeds to follow up with me on said days. And if there's any adjustments, I let him know, and he follows right the fuck up. So that has been really crucial. My goal was to go 3 times this week. I went 3 times this
Yeah.
week.
Nice.
A combination of Tai Chi, working out at the gym, and I also took a Zumba class, which was surprisingly really fun.
Did you dance? How's the music?
I did. It was a lot of like you know,
Yeah, a lot of
rolling and
fist
shaking
rolling.
and shimmying.
Yeah,
it was great.
Knee action. Yeah, that's good.
I was hosting a fitness or fit fest today.
That's so perfect.
Yeah, it worked out. There was a lot of options to work out in many different arenas.
Yeah,
So
I
it was
have to
actually
ask,
very
Josh,
fun.
how many men were in that Zumba class?
I was the only man in that Zumba class.
You were the
Making
male
sure.
population of that class.
Yeah,
And I was
okay,
kind of
that's
dancing
fine.
on the sideline, but some woman looked at me and was like, "You, come." So
That's good.
I
Yeah, wait
just-
to be invited. That's always a good plus sign.
It was good. So I crossed that list, and Frank, I'll let you know what days I'm going this week. Although I'm going to be going out of town.
Yep.
So we'll see how I finesse
Yep.
that.
But you still, well, you got 3 weeks left, and you got 2 more weeks to finish this challenge. So this is, let's.
Can't do
Okay.
it. Don't let the counter reset.
As far as music, I didn't work on any music this week. I was coming in hot, but I mean, my excuse is that I'm getting ready to shoot a film, so all of my creative juice has gone to that. And I did work on some rhymes this week, but it wasn't for the challenge, so my energy went to that. Point being, I got to finish this song, and that has to happen next
Your
week.
film needs a soundtrack, though.
It does, but I didn't even make anything for that. No music was made this
Well, you
week.
said you created. Previously, you mentioned that you created all like the backing tracks. You just need to come up with words, right?
Yeah, the one of the songs I have already started. I just need to finish the songs. So
So
I have
it's gonna be like
three songs due.
a Maximo Santana guarantee where you got 3 weeks and you're gonna make 2 songs a week.
Did I get you there? 2 songs.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, technically, I have
What?
one song done. I have one
Right.
song done.
And you
Granted,
said you
there's no
wanted
words.
5, right?
There's no words to it.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's
But you don't have
fine.
to have words
Yeah,
to
we
it.
need words.
You-
Okay, so then I made progress this week.
Because you decided not to have words on the song.
You know, tons of music
I guess,
exists without
yeah.
words.
Yeah. Okay.
Beethoven
So I
never
got a
sang
track
on the
then.
track.
That's great.
London was never on the
So-
track.
No.
Yeah. But next week, especially because I'm going out of town next week, there's a lot of planes. There's a lot of traveling that I'll be doing. So I'll actually, I'm gonna buckle down and just finish these damn songs.
Okay.
Last but not least, my budget. I need help, guys.
Okay.
I need help.
Frank, I think
need-
it's your turn.
I need
Yeah,
a Frank
'cause-
Hernandez or checking
Oh,
on me
man.
weekly, daily. I
Yeah.
need help. This week was
So-
not good.
Yeah.
I was working in an office far from my house, and I didn't cook at all. I ordered food out every single fucking day. Like, it was just bad.
Must be nice
And
to
then I didn't
ball
use
like
Uber
that.
Eats
Oh,
much.
I mean,
I used Postmates.
oh,
Wow.
Oh, is that in any way, shape, or form different?
Well, I got a promo code, 7 days free delivery.
you know, they'll give you like they'll give you $1 million of free deliveries because that's not where the fucking money comes from. It's a whole system that's meant to fucking with like convenience fees and delivery and
It's
other
a
fees.
system, man.
Yeah.
so bad. And on top of that, I started using some stuff on my credit card, which I should be paying off.
Adding more to the credit card? That's the opposite of paying it off.
I need help. I need more accountability.
Okay, so Steve sat down with you. Max sat down
Max.
with you. I can't give you better financial advice than those two. I'm gonna let you know right now. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think he needs help with the advice. I think it's about the practical day-to-day applications. And one thing I do know Frank is good at is that they're all discipline. So if you have any discipline tips, I think me and Steve have given him all the theory he needs.
He needs
And-
application.
Yeah, he needs application, practical advice. I think he's got all the theory he needs. You just got to get him.
Here's my thing. My problem is, there's times of the week where I'm like, I can't save money.
Fucking Cookie Monster.
But then like sometimes I'm just like, man, it's Friday. Like, the moon is at a certain position. It's 90 degrees. Like, let me just.
Yeah.
I find the dumbest reason to spend bread, and it's so stupid. Granted, I will say this: I have been consistent about saving money, like putting money in my savings. I have not stopped that. But then it's just like excess. Well, no, I'm sorry. There's no such thing as excess. it just gets.
Yeah, it still seems like you're carrying this idea of excess money,
Yeah, there's no such thing.
right?
There's no such
Right.
thing.
So even though it takes you only a finite amount of money to live every month, and you have only so many bills that need to get paid, everything that is left after that can also, have a place, like be part of something that you're trying to do in the future, right? And I think Frank, that's where we need to use the power of 3 to focus a beam of light on this young boy and get him to see the
Frank-
ways.
Frank is just gonna end up just carrying the rest of my challenges across the field.
I'm gonna lift up Josh. I'm ready
Yeah.
to fucking keep. I'm on his ass with the workout. So now it's just like, but how much money did you spend today, Josh?
Yeah, you know what? If you just add a financial incentive or like a financial, component to your workout checkup text,
Oh my god.
that could be a way to start.
Well, hey, I could get messages from y'all too. We can't just put it all on Frank.
No, I don't message.
Steve, you are the warden of this podcast.
Oh,
True.
Of my
This
challenge.
is your challenge, Steve.
That's fair.
If you want to be y'all boys keeper, then it makes sense.
Frank
for
is not
you.
y'all boys' keeper.
No.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I want to be better. I want to be better.
I'll message you every day.
You're like,
Or no. You need to sign up Steve to get text alerts for your credit card.
Oh,
and then Steve will get texted.
I
Maybe that's
think
a little
there's a
too far.
security issue with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there could be some problems there.
How about we do this? Let's give myself a weekly expenditure thing and a week like.
No, I think a week is not giving you enough accountability because you always seem to look back at the week and be like, yeah, I messed up, but not in the instance of the days, especially Fridays. Especially since we only have 3 weeks left, I'm gonna start every day.
Okay.
Because you have some money that comes in every now and then, but you mostly have it mostly seems you have money coming out. You need to put some plugs in there.
Okay. Yes. How do I know when I achieve this challenge?
Ends up
I think
streaking.
the challenge was to like stick to a budget, a consistent budget.
Yeah,
So
I think you haven't been very consistent I think in some aspects, yes, like saving, but you're very clearly aware that you're straying away from your budget by the excessive spending.
Yeah, education is step one, knowing that you're not following the budget. But then, like, what's the plan once you identify that you're not following the budget, right?
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, all right. So, Steve, you'll check in on me every day.
Yeah.
We will get you
and
to
I guess
this
that'll be
finish
more
line.
about upcoming expenses. Do you have any events coming up or any like
He's going on a trip.
things that? Oh yeah. So
Well, no, it's not leisure. It's for work.
Huh.
still there's gonna be some
Well-
fancy stuff catching your eye, and you gotta
Yeah.
make sure you're not just walking in there and swiping away.
Last time we
We're
all
gonna
went to
have
New York,
set a budget for it.
you were balling on no budget.
Okay. All right. Not sorry, Team Joshers out there. You know. We're
If you
making
guys
progress.
want, you guys can come on over to Team Steve. In the meantime,
Someone told me they were Team Steve this week, man. I can't believe that happened.
shout out to
All
them.
right. Thank you. On that note, the clock is ticking. Tensions are rising. Notifications are increasing. Accountability is heating up. Y'all boys talking is going to be coming to a fiery end soon. We're excited.
I hope in a good fire.
I'd rather
Wait a
not.
Like a
second.
Phoenix Rising type of
Yeah.
thing. Not like
By
we're just going
fiery,
up
I
in
just mean the
flames.
energy of accountability. my
Oh,
G's,
that's what
alright?
you mean. Okay.
The nuclear chain reactions.
Are we going to explode?
All right, I'm going to shut up. We'll be right back. Here's a word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Y'all Boys Talkin' is brought to you by women. Producing men and women since forever. And we are back for the final segment of this wonderful show. We have Rose, Bud, Thorn. Cue sound.
Oh, I got my rose, I got my bud, I got my thorn. Here is the rose and the thorn and the bud of the week. I got my rose and my thorn and my bud.
Rosebud Thorn is an opportunity for us to give grace and gratitude to our week. Your rose is something that happened this week that you were just really excited for, grateful for, just like, ooh wee. Your bud is something that you're looking forward to next week. And your thorn is something that was like, you know, a bit of a in your side. First up to the bat, Max. Wow.
Batting first. I got a rose. I got a thorn. I got a bud.
So I've heard.
Oh yeah. Start with my thorn this week. This week, as you can tell, my challenge checker wasn't that great, and I was in a special place. So special, I developed a case of laundry chair,
Oh, Jesus.
which doesn't happen too often to me. But I did have a ever increasing pile of dirty laundry that was moving from my chair that I used to use my computer and my bed back and forth. And it was just like a sign that I was like not in a good place mentally. So I knew something was up at that point. And luckily I cleared up my laundry chair by Thursday. That still means I had like, 4 or 5 days that week where I was just like not in it to win
The
it.
clothes live here now.
Right. So luckily I'm doing better. But yeah, I had a slump in the first half of this week for sure. My bud is that it is summertime in San Francisco, and it's just a lovely time to be here. Dolores Park is popping every single day of the week. Golden Gate Park is here for everybody. I ride my bike everywhere as much as I can now, trying to get my melanin popping as the summer is, here. So I don't know. It's just a beautiful time. People are happier. People are smiling more. Everyone's more relaxed. Like it's just like the typical summer ethos is officially in full effect, and I just wanted to acknowledge that because summer is officially here.
Okay.
And my rose is I'm planning a seminar at work. So throwing a seminar, that's my first seminar that I'm ever throwing. So I'm getting together a bunch of people probably in New York sometime in mid-July for a 2-day extravaganza where they will be face-to-face with Maximo Santana, learning all these things that I don't know about just yet.
Face-to-face with Maximo Santana?
Yeah, I want to call it face-to-face with Maximo Santana. They're probably going to have it be more tied to the subject matter I'm delivering. But that's my first choice. I'll run it by my director and see what happens. But yeah, I'm very excited to be like not just, delivering an awesome training to people, but then also like planning all the things, all the fun stuff that we do before and after that. So I'm thinking of having like a wine and painting event that's part of it because it just makes sense with the theme.
Painting with the Max.
Yeah.
With a Max.
Yeah. So I'm just very excited to be putting that whole thing together. So
okay,
that's my rose.
Cool. Steve, what you got?
So my thorn this past week was traveling back to the States, and I, out of excitement, the 2-hour delay of my flight that cascaded into missing my connect flight with Celeste that had to stay overnight in the Atlanta airport is that I forgot my carry-on bag, which had my 2 journals, my laptop, my work laptop, my Nintendo Switch, a bunch of little goodies that I had bought for people. And yeah, I haven't had it for a week. I still haven't really heard back from Delta to know if it actually still exists, if it got hijacked. But it was kind of disheartening at first, and at this point I'm hoping that they're accurate with their estimations that it's usually 2 to 3 weeks of waiting and checking. So I'm not too stressed about it, but it has definitely been a major in my side. My rose, maybe not last week specifically, but in I guess the past 3 weeks, the time I spent in Nicaragua, hands down, out of all the beautiful things I saw and like the nice experiences I had, especially with Celeste, my favorite and easily the rose was spending time with her parents. Both were just super, welcoming to me, to the family, even to an extent like the country. I mean, they were showing me around all these places. Her father was just telling me all these things about like the history of the country, just I have a better understanding of how things got to where they are now. And he was showing me his favorite places, just all these things. And her mom too noticed I had a bit of skin problems like on my neck, and she, without even me mentioning it, like on the second day I was there, she had bought me some medications for my eczema, and yeah, I mean, it's like little things like that.
Damn, looking out.
Yeah, it made me feel super, super great, and because I was a bit intimidated at first, because I mean they're one very important people to Celeste, and I wanted to make sure I got it right, but my Spanish is a little I guess intermediate, and so I wanted to make sure I could
intermediate Spanish club.
Yeah, I could. that I could understand them, they could understand me, but they made it really easy to never really feel that way at all. That everything that I was saying, they understood, and likewise, like I would ask them to clarify certain words, and no, they made a lot of things truly wonderful, and especially because they allowed me to stay in their house, and yeah, they were just extremely accommodating throughout the whole trip.
Aww.
And my bud is, I came back from running some errands today, and I found this cute little whiteboard or I guess dry erase board that I'm gonna hang up on my wall, and it's like a little square, and I realized I haven't really had one since college, and I was like, you know what, I'm back in the analog journaling, and I figured it'd be a nice time to try like a more physical, permanent installation kind of thing on my wall, just to see, whatever I want. I mean, it could be a goal tracker, just a task kind of thing, motivational quote, funny picture. It's a little canvas, and I'm really excited to make use of it.
I think that covers all of us that have whiteboards. I think.
It happened, guys. I think that was the ultimate goal of this podcast, really, is to get us all some whiteboards.
All right, we're done here.
Yep.
We did it. All right, wrap it up. Close it out.
Thank you, Steve. What you got for us, Frank?
All right, so I got a thorn, a rose, and a bud. My thorn is how I reacted to something. Now, my boss, so I've been doing great at work, and I'll get into that in my rose. So I've been completing things pretty quickly. So my boss sent me an email saying, like, hey, the company has a work account for lynda.com, which is an educational website. And, hey, if you want to, work on anything in your downtime, we have access to this. So that's how it was objectively. But how I took it was, Frank, your stuff sucks, and you need to get better. So I took it as an attack. Ooh. Like I felt that. I'm like, oh, when literally a week before she was telling me like, oh, I love this, is great, this is awesome, stuff like that. So I took that that lynda.com thing as just like, oh, your stuff sucks, you need to get better at this stuff. When that wasn't the case. So I had to really kind of take a step back and really think, like, why did I react like that? Yeah. Because it's not, these situations were not made to attack me. So yeah, I didn't like how I reacted to that. But, thanks to meditation, thanks to therapy, thanks to all this stuff, I can see kind of things a little bit differently, and hopefully not react like that in the future to people literally just being like, hey, here's stuff to do. Yeah. My rose is, I've been doing great at work. Been doing fantastic at work. Work is, I talk about work a lot on this podcast because I truly love it. I love what I do. I am thankful that I get to be in this occupation, that I get to make good money doing something that I actually like to do, because I do that for 7-8 hours a day. Then I go home and I work on very similar things at home. So basically I'm doing the same thing all day, but it never really gets boring for me or tedious for me. It's always an interesting challenge. It's always a new thing that I could be like, ooh, I'm learning this, ooh, I'm learning that. And because my passion and my job are so interconnected, I always feel like I'm doing something great, and the momentum keeps going. So I'm just thankful for all that stuff. And my bud is basically just the same thing that Max was saying, is that the sun is out. It's been cloudy for about 6 months.
Sun is down
out in LA.
Freezing cold. Yeah.
Freezing cold. It was freezing cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
And literally, it was 47 degrees in Los Angeles. So, climate change is real, guys. But finally, in the past 3 days, the sun just all right, it's summer now. It's just it just kind of came out of nowhere. It's summer now. Here it is. You want 85-degree weather? Here it is, guys. So I went from being it's way too cold to yo, it's way too fucking hot. But I'm thankful for it because people are happier. You can go outside. People go to parks. It's great. Love it. Josh, what you got?
Well, I got a rose, a bud, and a thorn. My thorn is I got a parking ticket this week, man.
How many parking tickets is this?
Fuck, man. I paid, dog. And it was 3 minutes. And I walked to the car, and they got my ass.
That's all it takes.
Oh. Yeah. Fuck you, South Miami Parking Authority.
Did you get your side mirror fixed?
I did.
Really?
My car, was going into my expenses. I put a lot of money on my card because I was just like, I need to fix all the things in my car.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'll be getting an income to pay that back, but my car is a car now. I have good brakes.
It's got all the wheels.
All the wheels. There's no squeaking. My
Ooh.
bearing is fixed, so my tire won't fall off.
Nice. The tires stay
wonderful.
on.
And mostly the most iconic thing about my car is my right side mirror was broken since I got it, and I just never fixed it. So now I'm driving a little more confidently.
Yeah.
I'm driving a little more further now.
Going places you've never been to, man.
Yo,
Yes.
for real. It's kind of like the map in Grand Theft Auto. Just
Yeah.
So there's a button that thorn, but I still got a fucking parking ticket, and it's annoying. Screw them. One of the follies of having a damn car. My rose is that this week I got an opportunity to be the opening presentation of the Theater Communications Group, which is a national conference of a bunch of theater professionals from around the country. I got an opportunity to write a poem because this was the first time that they were doing the conference in Miami. And as a local artist, I got a chance to write a poem about Miami, thanking them. And it was really, really dope. I got shouted out by a very prominent Haitian author who was giving a keynote. And it was a really awesome experience. I had a room with 500 plus people clapping for my black ass. And that never, ever, ever, ever gets tiring. So it was really, really dope to be able to do that. Shout out to Stephanie for setting that up. And my bud is that I'm going to be going out of town. I'm going to be working with Anne with Beyond Recreation, as she said. I'm really excited to do a new type of acting I've never really experienced before and get a chance to just leave the city for a bit. And, hopefully I can assist some counselors into becoming more and more empathetic.
And also advance your challenges, even though you're out of town.
Mm-hmm.
It can happen. It can happen.
Hell
Very possibly
yeah.
try.
Woo woo.
That sounds like a confident woo-woo.
Yeah.
On that note, that's it for the show. We're on our way to the top, step by step. We got 3 weeks. Shit's getting fiery here. And we're excited that you're with us for the ride. All right, bye.
We got a couple shout outs that we want to give. Shout out to Gino Music for making the theme song. The song is called Won't Stop. Eddie and Lewis for making the interstitial music and giving us the good vibes. Follow along with our challenges at y'allboystalkin.com. Subscribe to us via iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and SoundCloud. Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Y'all Boys Talkin'. New episodes every week.